Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Really excited to have you all on the webinar today. This is our first live webinar for upper cervical marketing, and we've had a great response. Lots of people excited about this material, and we're going to get right into it today. So, this time of year, a lot of doctors have a slowdown, call it the holiday slowdown, where you have a decreased number of new patients, decreased number of referrals as people are distracted and they're busy and they're doing a lot of different things. And so we wanted to bring some material to you, some things we've found to be very effective at upper cervical marketing during the holidays and really all year long for attracting new patients into your practice. And so I want to get right into the material today. If you have any distractions, you have Facebook open or your phone on or anything like that, try to silence all that so we can really so you can get yourself immersed into this material. It's going to be a lot of great stuff, really valuable for you. And I'm going to love your feedback on this material as we go through it as well. So feel free to chat with us along the way. So let's get started. So who am I? I'm Dr. Bill Davis. If we haven't met personally or you're not familiar with me, I built a highly successful all-cash upper cervical practice utilizing online marketing. And since 2013, upper cervical marketing has built over 100 upper cervical specific online marketing programs for doctors in small markets, in medium markets, in large competitive markets, over 30 different US states, several Canadian provinces, and 4 different countries. We've helped our clients generate over 6,000 new patients from the internet in the past 3 years. So, we basically know 2 things: upper cervical practice and online marketing. And so this time of year, there's this holiday slowdown that can take place where you have all of these people who usually refer to you during the year who may not refer as much, may be distracted by the season. The other thing that's happening during this time of year, though, is stress. We've got increased amount of stress. And because you have more stress, you have people with chronic health conditions that are out there, people with things like vertigo and migraines and fibromyalgia and other conditions that are motivated to get help. And really, it just comes down to presenting the right messages to these folks and connecting with them where they already are. And this week, this is Cyber Week. Cyber Monday was just earlier this week, and we have throughout this whole month is a time of shopping where a lot of people are shopping online. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on Pinterest, and so they're already online and they're there, and many of them are sick and they're suffering and they need help, and that stress is increasing. And so it's a matter of connecting with them so that they can get the help that they need. And so when you want to communicate online, in today's world, it's not just a good thing. It's a necessity for your upper cervical practice. We've done surveys on this for the past several years, and online marketing is by far the most effective way to attract new patients into an upper cervical practice from external sources this year and last year as well. And so there's a reason why so many doctors are being successful with this, not just our clients, but doctors all over. And that's because that's where people are. People are online and they're looking for help. Now, the key with online marketing is it's more than just a website. A website, in fact, is about, at most, 10% of what you need to be effective online and attract new patients consistently. The other great thing about online marketing is it's a cumulative approach, meaning that it's not like a one-off approach like a screening or a talk or something like that. Online marketing, when done effectively, has benefits today, but also has benefits for years and years to come, as that material never goes away. You continue to get the benefits of it as you go forward. And so, when we get into why an online marketing program makes sense, it really comes down to the results that you can get. And I just put up a poll question. Feel free to answer that poll so we get an idea of how you're doing with online marketing in your practice in your area. But a comprehensive online marketing program, it's obviously a great benefit is that you attract new patients. But we also have a lot of other benefits as well, such as building an email list. An email list is crucial for future marketing. Say you have talks, you have events, different things that you're doing. You want to have an email list that you can send to in order to connect with those folks as well. It will also help increase your referrals. I've had doctors over and over tell me, ever since I've been running an online marketing program with you guys, I've seen an increase in my new patients from my referrals, especially if you do this right and you can position yourself as an expert in a particular condition. It'll also help improve your patient education as your patients understand more effectively what you do and why you're doing it. Help to increase your retention, your loyalty, your compliance, and also your professional referrals tend to go up as you have a stronger online presence, because as you position yourself as an expert, especially when particular conditions, doctors in your area are going to identify with that. They're on Facebook too. They're on marketing as well. And so it's definitely something that can help you in that area as well. And then of course, increasing your community awareness. So, your minimum requirements when it comes to communicating online is a website. As you mentioned, it's about 10% of what you need, but it's still important. You want to have a website. A few things about a website is you want to make sure that it's mobile responsive. If you're unsure about this, you can use this link I have on the screen here, or just search Google mobile friendly test, and you can find out whether your website is mobile friendly. About 60% of the people who come to your website these days are going to be on a mobile device, a smartphone, tablet, or so forth. You also want to make sure that your website is regularly updated with new content. And this is why a blog is an important piece. There's some chiropractic template website companies out there that have websites without blogs. And that's something you want to stay away from. You also want to make sure you have a Facebook business page. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Not just a profile, not a personal profile, but a business page. You want to make sure you have a YouTube channel set up for your business, that you have a claimed Google listing so you can respond to reviews. And so a way to determine whether or not that is in place is to just search for your name and your practice name and see what comes up should be on the right-hand side of the screen. A box will come up and you'll see whether or not that listing is claimed. If it's not been claimed, then you want to do that. You want to verify your listing so that you can respond to reviews and do other things with your listing to optimize it. Along with that, you will also want to be involved, especially at this time of year, with a few other social media platforms, including Pinterest and Instagram, which we'll get into in a minute. So when it comes to your website, a website is the simpler and the cleaner that you make it, the more effective it is. And so a lot of chiropractic websites today are very convoluted. They have tons of different pages, tons of different options, lots and lots of things out there that are just overwhelming to someone that comes to your website. And when someone comes to your website, basically they're looking for 3 pieces of information. And this is what you want to communicate to them. You want to communicate who you are, what you do, and what to do next in 5 seconds or less. Who you are, what you do, what to do next, right? So I am not a big fan of stock images on websites. I think that they pull away from the message. I recommend doctors utilize pictures of themselves, their team, and pictures of them with patients, working with patients. And so that can help someone connect with you and understand who you are. And the pictures you use, especially if you're using pictures that are you working with patients, that's your opportunity to communicate what you do. And then what to do next is having a clear call to action, a call to action that says, okay, now that you're here, what's the next step? Do you want them to call your office? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want them to download an ebook? Do you want them to go to a certain page on your website? Having a clear call to action, which is usually a big button that says, click on this. If you go to our website, uppercervicalmarketing.com, you'll have a very clear call to action there, big blue button that says start here, right? So you want to make it as easy as possible for them. So along with those three basic concepts when it comes to website, there are also some things that we call the above the fold essentials. And the area of the website that's above the fold is that part of the website where before you have to scroll down on the website. And so a majority, about 80% of the people who come to your website will never scroll down. And I always say, the only people that will is those 20% who are analyticals. So you can put some stuff lower on the website for those analyticals, but the key is to have the right stuff at the top of the website to connect with people and get them to come into your office. And so you want to make sure your logo is descriptive of who you are and what you do. Images we've talked about already. Making sure you have a phone number. I go to websites a lot of times and there's no phone number. There's no phone number on the homepage. It's difficult to contact that office. Having a menu with some simple options about the doctor, about your technique, testimonials or reviews, simple options, not a whole bunch of tons of different pages that people are never going to go to. And then having some review links and social media links there as well is good. As I mentioned, the contact information, this is one of the most important parts of a website, making sure that people can contact you. Having your physical address there, having a way for people to email a response to you, because frequently people are going to come to your website when you're closed at night or early in the morning or on a weekend. And then, having that phone number easily displayed for them as well. And then, as we said, the other big piece is what to do next, right? What do you want them to do? And having that clearly differentiated on the front of the website, above the fold, the very top of the website, so that people can see and act. So now let's move into Facebook. This is the other big piece when it comes to being successful online for your upper cervical practice. Facebook it's by far the most effective platform from a social media perspective online today. You got about 1 billion people who log on to Facebook every single day, right? And so that's about 1 out of every 7 people is logging on to Facebook every day, and they're spending an average of about 20 minutes there. And so this is crucial. This is being awesome at Facebook is a big part of the reason why we have attracted over 6,000 new patients for our clients over the past 3 years. And there's lots of different ways to use Facebook. We're going to talk about a few of those right now. So one of the most effective ways to use Facebook is ads. Their ads are fantastic. You can use them in lots of different ways. You can do image ads with a link to a landing page, which is one of the ways that we have used Facebook effectively. Specifically an offer such as an ebook, condition-specific ebook, where you show an ad that connects with someone, say, who has migraine headaches, and you bring them off of Facebook onto a landing page where they can download that ebook, and they then go into an autoresponder email system, get followed up with until they convert to a consultation into your office. Another great way to use Facebook ads is video testimonials. Having video testimonials, we'll talk more about that later as well, but video testimonials are a great way to use ads on Facebook. Facebook loves video. People that use Facebook love video. And so you want to use those video testimonial ads. You can also do boosted posts, which is another thing we do for clients. And lead ads are a new element of Facebook ads that are really exciting. And what they are is you can use an image or a video testimonial, for instance, and you can have an offer right within that ad. So say, to schedule a consultation, and they can fill out the form on Facebook. So they don't even have to leave Facebook, go to a landing page or anything like that. They fill it out right there, and the information actually auto-populates. So the information from their Facebook account automatically goes in there: name, phone number, email address, and so forth. And so this is a great way to connect with people who are already on Facebook and are interested in what you do. And a lot of ways, you can use a lot of these different strategies with retargeting. And that's what we do a lot as well, is taking people who have shown interest, showing them an initial ad, an image ad, for instance, with a link to a landing page. And then the next time they go on Facebook, we have a custom audience where we're able to identify those people. And the next time they go on Facebook, they then are shown a different ad with a video testimonial and a lead ad where they can then schedule a consultation. So utilizing Facebook ads is a great way to connect with new patients during the holidays and really all year long. Another great way to use Facebook is with Facebook Live. And Facebook Live is relatively new. But it's something that is growing significantly within Facebook. And it's basically Facebook is rewarding the use of video, especially live video right now, live streaming video. Facebook Live, you can stream up to 90 minutes. And this is a great way to reach people from your healthcare class or other in-office or in the community workshops. Basically what you want to do is just set up a tablet or a smartphone and have, go ahead and go live on Facebook at that time when you start your class. And what's going to happen is every time anyone who is already connected with your page, so say you have 500 people who like your Facebook page, if they log on to Facebook during that time while you're live, they're going to see your video at the very top of their news feed. And so it's a fantastic way to increase the reach of any kind of workshops, in office, out in the community workshops that you're doing. You just need a tripod, a way to attach your iPad or your tablet or your smartphone to that tripod, and then just turn it on, go on Facebook and go live, and you can run it right there and get more and more reach. And then that video is also recorded, so you have the opportunity to get even more reach from that Facebook Live. And so I just ended the poll, and you can see how people are generating new patients. We've got about 33% of you that are not getting any new patients from the internet right now, and 50% getting 1 to 5. So 83% of you are getting less than 5 new patients per month. This is definitely something that for you guys specifically, that if you implement a good strategy, a comprehensive program, it can make a dramatic impact on your practice and your ability to sustain your practice and sustain your new patients throughout the year. So that another great way to connect with new patients online, especially at this time of year, is Pinterest. And Pinterest is a social media platform that about 80% of the users of it are women. This is a great market for upper cervical practices. Holidays are one of the most highly trafficked time on this site, especially as people are going on there looking for gift ideas, looking for cooking ideas, looking for different things that crafts and that type of thing as well. And so with Pinterest, what we found is you've got to post content that's relevant to your target market. So, say you wanted to attract patients with fibromyalgia. Well, you want to post fibromyalgia content, blog posts, educational material that's relevant to them. And you want to bring them from Pinterest into a into your website. And so we utilize, as part of our program, a website called uppercervicalawareness.com. And Upper Cervical Awareness is a community-based website for all of our clients. It's an educational resource. And what it does is it can pull people directly from Pinterest into this website and into a specific blog post. And then they have a call to action within that blog post to find a doctor in their area. And so the thing with Pinterest is you can do ads like on Facebook where you promote the pins, similar to boosting posts on Facebook. The only thing with those promoted pins is you can't promote a pin that drives traffic directly to a landing page. It has to go to an educational resource, like I said, like a blog post, that type of thing, and then have a call to action within that. And so Pinterest, great thing you can use, great social media network you can use at this time of year especially. Instagram is another one. People are posting lots of pictures from holiday parties, from Christmas events, things that they're doing. Instagram has about 400 million users. 90% of the users are under 35. And so if your target market is someone who is under 35, this is a great social network for you. Again, this is a network that people use daily, frequently. About 60% of the users log in daily. It's the second most used network behind Facebook, and it's owned by Facebook. So Facebook wants to make it as successful as possible. You can run ads on Instagram through Facebook as well, and we do that for clients. YouTube is another one that is owned by Google, and they have tons of reach. Lots of people use YouTube all year long. And things to post to YouTube that are effective are things like video testimonials, whiteboard videos, which we utilize in our programs, and doctor videos, doctor generated videos, things like stretching, short videos about why you became a chiropractor, why you became an upper cervical doctor specifically, content videos like video blogs. Those all do well on YouTube and also on Facebook. And I wanted to get into an example of how this all works together. And so this is Dr. Blake Hahn, and he's in Huxley, Iowa, and he's in a very small market, about 3,300 people. And Dr. Hahn had never had a website. In 20 years of practice, he had run a lot of newspaper ads, but he found out that newspaper ads just weren't working anymore. But he was extremely skeptical about online marketing. And originally when we talked, he just said, I just really want a website. And I told him, what I've told you guys today, that's only about 10% of what you need. And so, he decided to launch our full system. The other 90%, as we talked about throughout this webinar today, utilizing Facebook, utilizing YouTube, utilizing Pinterest, utilizing Instagram, utilizing all these different tools and networks to connect with people in his community in a small rural town in Iowa. He was able to get connected with people that he was never able to connect with before. Running things like Facebook ads, video ads, whiteboard videos we created for him, YouTube video testimonials, all of these working together for his practice. Here's some more of that 90%. Blog posts, reviews, online reviews. We'll talk more about that in a minute as well. Crucial piece, landing pages, email autoresponders, all of these things working together to generate new patients and improve his practice overall. And so, the sum is greater than the parts when it comes to online marketing. These different pieces and parts, they all flow into each other to help your program be as effective as possible. And so the results of Dr. Hahn's program was, his first month, and this is from, these first 3 months were from last year, January, February, March. And he's continued to run our program and continued to have great success. But this is just kind of give you an idea of running a comprehensive program, what it looks like. So his first month, he had 9 new patients, 8 signed care plans. Second month, 14 new patients, 13 signed care plans. Third month, 20 new patients, 18 signed care plans. And this is what you're going to see with online marketing, as opposed to spinal screenings or talks and things like that you might do, where you're going to get a lower quality patient, where it's someone that is more of a tire kicker. Because our programs are focused on chronic conditions, vertigo, migraines, fibromyalgia, these types of conditions, we get people that are much more motivated and are a lot more likely to not only come into your practice, but to actually start care. And so with his practice, his average care plan is about $1,500. Those 3 months, 39 signed care plans, $58,500 of revenue into his practice. His online marketing investment for a new website, whiteboard video, 3 months of online marketing services, about $4,000. So return on investment was about 15 to 1. Now, pretty much anyone in business and who's been in practice for a while will say that's a pretty awesome return on investment. And he's continued from there. Actually, in his 4th month, his practice doubled from where it was when he started, and he's continued to grow and run our program up through this day, and continues to see 15 to 20 new patients a month every month. And so, getting back into what's necessary for you to be successful online, and a lot of what it comes down to really is at the subconscious level, right? So the conscious level is what's in the video, what's in the blog post, what's in the ebook, or whatever we had created, or what you would create for yourself if you were doing this yourself. But a lot of it comes down to this subconscious level, and things like logo. Like, what does your logo say about your practice? How is it communicating who you are and what you do? Your practice name can have an impact on this. And so if someone has had a negative experience with chiropractic, for instance, and you have chiropractic in your name, that could have a negative impact on your ability to attract new patients online. The color scheme of your website. Is your website focused on you? If you're a male doctor and you've built a website for yourself that's, say, black and red or something like that, and you like that, but a majority of the decision makers are women, about 60% of them, and blacks and reds are frequently going to push a woman away from that practice rather than draw them towards it. And so, having blues and greens and types of colors that focus on health and life are much more effective and much more effective for your online marketing program. And the pictures you use, we already talked some about that, and social proof, which we're going to talk more about now. The power of social proof impacts every aspect of your online marketing. And if you haven't read this book, it's by Robert Cialdini. It's a book called Influence. Highly recommend it. A great book for understanding marketing and really understanding just persuasion. And as a upper cervical practice owner, as a doctor working in an upper cervical practice, persuasion is a big part of what you do, helping people to do what's necessary to improve their health. And so the power of social proof, a lot of it comes down to the fact that we rely on others, especially in foreign environments. So for instance, if you've never been to an upper cervical doctor before, then that's an foreign environment to you. You're not sure what to do in that circumstance. So if you're not confident, in order to help you make a decision, you want to have social proof in order to help make that decision. And so a lot of social proof comes down to similarity. The more similar someone is to you, the more likely they will be to influence your decision making. So for instance, if you are a woman with migraine headaches, who's Asian, for instance, right? So if you're an Asian woman with migraine headaches, then another woman with migraine headaches who is Asian is going to have the greatest impact on you in your decision making. And so the more similar the people that you feature, say in your videos, or the more similar the experiences that these folks have had, if they're writing reviews for you and that type of thing, the more effective it will be in converting those individuals that are out there who are looking for help and are looking for that social proof to help them make their decision. And so all of these different aspects of social proof comes down to similarity and can really help you if you can identify your target market and then identify the types of individuals who are already in your practice who you can feature in your marketing to improve your results. So, social proof, some examples of it. Two of the best examples are online reviews and video testimonials. Online reviews are crucial. It's we did a survey earlier this year of 10 chiropractic internet marketing experts, and the number one thing that came up was the importance of online reviews. And so if someone is searching for you online today, if they search for your name or your practice name, what comes up? Do you have good reviews? Do you have no reviews? Do you have bad reviews? If you have negative reviews, it's dramatically impacting your ability to track new patients online. If you have no reviews, that's also affecting you. No reviews is better than bad reviews, but it's definitely, in today's day and age, people expect you to have reviews. In fact, 92% of people in the most recent survey, 92% of people read reviews before going to see a doctor. It's huge, folks. If you don't have these, it's time to get on board with getting reviews. And so where do you need them? Google. Everywhere you want Google reviews. Any market, any place in the world, Google reviews are effective. Yelp, depending on your market. Again, if you search your name, if you search your practice name, what comes up? Do you have Is Yelp one of the first listings that come up? If it is, then you want to make sure you're getting reviews there. If it's not, then don't worry about it. Facebook, Healthgrades, RateMDs, same things. Are they listed on your listing when people search for you? Then you should be getting reviews there. So how do you get reviews? Well, you got to ask people is one of the most effective ways. You want to have, we've got strategies for our clients that have been really effective when it comes to having handouts that you can hand someone, have step-by-step instructions. Also, an email-based ask can be effective if done right. And so making sure that you're getting those reviews and improving your social proof. The other one is video testimonials. Making sure that you are getting video testimonials on an ongoing basis. You're posting them on Facebook, YouTube, and so forth. Video testimonials are something that we've talked a lot about on the website, and I'm going to have you go there, and so I don't spend too much time on this, but you can go to uppercirclemarketing.com and click on the blog and look for, there's all kinds of articles on there about social proof, about video testimonials, online reviews, and so forth. A lot of these questions will be answered on there. How do you get them? What questions do you ask? What equipment do you need? And these types of things. So I want to give you an example of the effectiveness of social proof and how it can impact your practice. And so this is earlier we looked at a small market example. This is a large market example. This is Dr. Miguel Flores, and he's in Manila, Philippines. A large market, 1.6 million people within a 10-mile radius of his practice. Huge market. When we started, he had no social proof, no reviews, no video testimonials, and no new patients from the internet, which is where a lot of you are at this point. And so in the first 6 months of running our program, this is just one of his ads, and we've ran a bunch of different ads, different conditions and so forth. But just his Vertigo ad in 6 months reached over 500,000 people. He had 2,100 likes, 2,100 shares, 161 comments, and over 1,300 ebook downloads. So when you see things like that happening, when you get this kind of activity on an advertisement or any kind of a post on Facebook, what it does is it improves social proof, because people are saying, oh, well, other people are interested in this. Other people like this. Other people are sharing this. I want to do the same thing. I want to learn more about it. I want to know what this is all about. We also made a big impact in his reviews, driving his reviews up to 25. And then now I think he's around 40. And also getting these video testimonials out there on YouTube, on Facebook, and so forth, so that his social proof was so effective. And then as we make people aware through ads and these type of things, they're going to be able to have more trust, more credibility, more likability with him as a result of all of that social proof. You can see some of these video testimonials had over 20,000 views. And so, what were the results of Dr. Flores' program? Well, as a result of his program, he was able to secure an appearance on CNN Philippines as a migraine expert, because directly from his online marketing, we were putting out information about migraines consistently, and CNN Philippines caught wind of it and brought him on their show. He was able to build a waiting list practice, 2 to 3 week waiting list. He brought his brother in as a second doctor in the practice, and his brother has now built a waiting list practice. He's been working with us for over a year and a half, and it's consistently had record collections month after month after month, and now is opening a second practice in the Philippines because of the great demand for his services. He consistently sees 15 to 30 new patients per month since July of 2015. One more example for you. I said online marketing is effective in small markets, in large markets, and in medium-sized markets. So here's a medium-sized market example. Dr. Ben Kuhn, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, about 400,000 people. No consistent new patients when we started. Dysfunctional website that had no call to action and just was not effective. And an inactive Facebook page only. Running his program again, had ads, started getting content out there, started getting great reach from his different ads and different things we were running for him, started getting dramatic increase in new patients. First month in his practice, actually, he had 20 new patients. 20 new patients his very first month of running our system, a 20-to-1 return on investment. And so, the thing is, online marketing works everywhere. It's just a matter of what your budget is and having the right plan in place. If you have the right plan in place and you have the right budget, then you can make it happen during the holidays, during December, during November. I mean, I've had doctors that have attracted 20 new patients in November, 20 new patients, 30 new patients in December. And so having these pieces in place, having this comprehensive program in place is key. And so I want to, offer you, all of you guys on this call, a special offer that we're doing. It's a market analysis and blueprint. What this is, it's an opportunity for your particular market, because every market is different. As we've pointed out today, we've got small markets in Iowa and medium-sized markets in Canada and a large market in the Philippines. All these markets are different, and they need to be analyzed effectively. Your assets, what you already have online, needs to be evaluated. We need to review your challenges, and then we need to check out your website as if we were a potential patient. And that's what we do during this market analysis and blueprint. Our team will go through all of this and give you an analysis of what your market's actually potential is, and also tell you the steps it would take to be effective in that market. So, there's a small catch, and that is we have two different things when it comes to this particular offer. You have to be an owner of an upper cervical practice. So if you're going to click that button, says on the side there, that orange button says get started, make sure you are the owner of the practice. And then we do charge $100 real person refundable deposit. We don't care about the deposit. It's designed to filter out people that are not serious. But if you're serious about this and you want to spend this $100 to really get an analysis of your market, find out what it's going to take to be successful, get the steps, you can choose to work with us after that, or you can choose to try to implement this on your own. It's up to you. Why do we do all this work for $100? Basically it comes down to, this is how we get some of our best clients. A good percentage of the people that do this end up asking us actually to help them. And, ultimately it's a refundable deposit. So if we do this $100 this $100 analysis and blueprint for you and you're not happy with it, you're not getting any value out of it, then feel free to ask for a refund and we'll send it back to you. But if you decide to work with us, you can apply that to your first month of online marketing services with us. If we do end up working together, our services start at $10.97 a month. And if we feel you need something else, we'll let you know there. And again, it depends on your market and your budget. We tell you this, we don't want it because we don't want any surprises. Rather than convince you how great it is, we'd rather just help you, right? Help you and really see the potential in your market and help you to get into that place where you're getting consistent new patients all year round. That's our hidden motivation for doing this. So feel free to go ahead and click that button right there. It says get started, schedule a market analysis and blueprint with our team. We're excited to help you and continue to grow upper cervical worldwide. It's time to take upper cervical to the world.